It's inevitable that the future of mobility is electric. When we think about ICE cars and their insane gear ratios, we should have as much as fun as we can. Speaking of fun, we have today two of the most fun EVs around the 50 lakh rupee price bracket. A car that has garnered many design awards and is a ground-up EV from the house of Hyundai. And the Volvo XC40 Recharge, a sleeper performance car from the house of Volvo. One is an all-wheel drive, the other is a rear-wheel drive. One makes more power figures, the other one does almost half of it. Let's put these all together and just see what these two cars have to offer. The Volvo XC40 Recharge has subtle Recharge embossing on the C-pillars and a cleaner fascia compared to its ICE sibling. The design is what one would call tried and tested. It looks like a compact premium SUV and does not try hard to look apart from the crowd. Boring? Not at all. It's a minimal yet aesthetically pleasing design, and the newer shade of grey with clean lines make the car look stunning and classy despite being designed on the ICE platform of the XC40. The 19-inch alloys look proportionally great with the Pirelli Sport rubber aiding this insane all-wheel drive machine. While the Ioniq 5 looks futuristic today, the Volvo XC40 Recharge perceives a familiar design mostly loved by anyone who loves minimalism. The subtle giveaway about the sleeper performance car is the Recharge twin motor batch at its rear and the broader rear tyre. Ironically, despite being a ground-up EV, the Ioniq 5 misses out on a front trunk, while the XC40 Recharge offers a generous 31-litre up front. Both cars' boot space is ample based on space management and space savers. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 looks like it was designed by a racing car game designer more than any car designer. The car practically screams a flamboyant appearance with cleverly masked hot hatch looks in an SUV proportion. The design is unlike any other ICE car on the market. Built on the eGMP Electric Global Modular platform with intelligent features like shifting the AC setup to the engine bay, a flat floor and an 8-point assembly 72.6 kWh battery mounted for improved center of gravity, and 5-link suspensions at the rear liberate a mind-bending 3000 mAh of wheelbase. Panometric design on the body, LED lights, auto-folding air intakes and wheels add a sense of concept that comes alive with the Ioniq 5, spiking interest of just about every living soul on Indian roads. No wonder this car has garnered several design awards globally. This car is for anyone who wants something unique, spacious and with a wide stance. It is not just a stunner during the day, but the DRLs make this car an amazing view when daylight disappears. The 20-inch wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport tires bring good grip and ride comfort, and the healthy ground clearance assures innate peace of mind. Does it matter if it's black or white? Hyundai Ioniq 5 features list is so immense, in narrating it would make this video a short film about the car. The interiors exude opulence with a massive wheelbase, ivory-clad interiors made from sustainable materials like dyeing leather with flaxseed oil, recycled bottles and paper field materials from corn, sugarcane and flower extracts. V2L vehicle to load allows users to power their appliances in and outside the Ioniq 5 in a unique blend of utility, function and style. The design team went bonkers with this car. The flat-bottom steering wheel with Morse code styled alphabet H features a Mercedes AMG inspired drive selector and drive modes. It is lightweight in eco mode and weighs apt for normal and sports mode. Along with the heated and ventilated seats, the car also features heated ORVMs and VESS, a virtual engine sound system notifying people around you about this relatively calm beast. The digital cockpit includes two massive 12.3-inch screens wrapped in sustainable components matching the car's interior space alongside a magnet on the right-hand side for sticking lightweight metal essentials. The engineers also went Creative Pro Max inside by including a slidable handrest storage unit with a wireless charger, armrest and ports that liberate upfront and rear space when used accordingly. The touch response on the infotainment system and the overall clean MID make the Ioniq 5 look refreshing from the inside. However, a high-tech car like this still needs wired connectivity for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Why? The Ioniq 5 also features home-to-car connectivity with Alexa and Google Assistants, along with a plethora of Hyundai BlueLink features, including OTA updates on the map with charge station info, battery status, auto crash notifications, and 21 features on the Hyundai SmartSense Level 2 ADAS. The Volvo XC40 Recharge's interior color is dominated by black with hints of brushed chrome, and the quality is second to none, though the overall insides of the XC40 Recharge are the same as its ICE counterpart. Volvo has simplified this car by making most things automatic, like the lack of start and stop button, keyless entry and app suite. The driver's MID is 12.3 inches wide, crisp and clear. The driver's MID seamlessly interacts with the primary 9-inch vertical touch infotainment system thanks to Volvo's Google integration of Android as a base. Get the app, sign into your primary Google account or create one for your car, and now the car's infotainment setup is an individual device in your Google account. There's a Play Store app right on the car's console. The vehicle lets you install all your favorite music, podcasts, news, videos, and even some gaming apps inside the car infotainment system. Neat things considering that the car only gets wireless Apple CarPlay as of now. Navigate through Google Maps on the central infotainment system, and the map route and navigation lines appear on the driver's MID. Apart from the usual ICE version apps, added apps include Range Optimizer, charge statistics, vehicle status and battery management, making one perceive that this is a thoroughbred EV. Smaller things like storage pads for rear passengers between the seats and doors are a nice Volvo touch, but including a central tunnel is excused considering this is an all-wheel drive car. The steering wheel is the same as its ICE sibling, and in typical Volvo characteristics, it's chunky and precise. Both cars have 8-speaker systems, but the Harman Kardon speakers on the Volvo sound richer and more immersive than the Bose speakers on the Ioniq 5. Volvo plays it down by including ADAS features in the XC40 Recharge with almost similar features as the Ioniq 5. The rear seat experience is much better with inclined angles and more space on the Ioniq 5 than the upright seats and inadequate under-thigh support on the Volvo. The XC40 Recharge features a panoramic openable sunroof, while the intuitive panoramic moonroof on the Ioniq 5 works well. Like exteriors, interiors are subjective as well. The Volvo feels classy, while the Hyundai feels sassy. The Volvo XC40 Recharge is powered by a 78 kWh of battery, which can also be charged by a 150 kWh of DC charger. Now, a fast charge from 10 to 80% is claimed to be under 30 minutes. Volvo does not offer any drive modes on this particular EV. In fact, all you get is an all-wheel drive mode, which is an off-road mode, and you also get a creep functionality along with regenerative braking options. Apart from it, you don't get much. You also get a one-pedal drive, which is insanely good at regenerative braking. The one-pedal drive mode is also very addictive on the Volvo XC40 Recharge. But the beauty of the Volvo XC40 Recharge is in the dual motors that power this particular vehicle. Together, they produce 408 bhp and 660 Nm of torque. All of that powering those four wheels just propels this car from 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds, a claim point of 4.9 seconds. Throttle response on the Volvo XC40 Recharge will literally throw you back in your seat, and it's very addictive. This kind of performance figure is almost equivalent to an inline 6 of this era, and that too in a family hauler. The power figures, the way this car produces instant torque, it's all so very addictive. It just makes the XC40 Recharge stand out in a crowd of EVs which produce power in a very linear fashion. Now in India, you do not get any other car that does this particular kind of performance other than cars that are priced over 1 CR and have a lot of fuel to go through. In a typical EV fashion, Volvo has managed to keep the NVH levels absolutely precise. There's no noise at all, there's just slight bit of road noise, but that's expected from a low profile tire like the Pirelli Sport. Now this one again gets two different sizes for the front wheel and the rear wheel, masking the performance in a very subtle fashion. The brakes on the Volvo are amazing. They will stop at a dime, and in fact the regenerative braking and the brakes have been calibrated so well. This is exactly how every EV needs to calibrate their particular brakes. Matching the performance of the XC40 Recharge is this amazing chassis and those wheels. It just keeps this car planted on no matter what kind of roads and no matter what kind of speeds that you're carrying. Everything in here is composed, and it's also sporty just at the push of a throttle. Despite being a ground-up EV made by Hyundai, the Ioniq 5 features a 72.3 kWh of battery as compared to the 78 kWh battery in the XC40 Recharge. Now this one again has fast charge capabilities, up to 350 kWh of DC charging. Now that is something that we don't have available in India as of now, but as and when it gets available, it will charge it from 10 to 80% in less than 20 minutes. That is a reality I really want to see. Needless to say, being a ground-up EV, the NVH levels in here are immaculate. They're even better than the XC40 Recharge. There's no road noise. These are even larger tires. They are 20-inch Michelin Pilot Sport tires. They are low profile, and they also aid the performance of this rear-wheel drive monster. The PSM on the Ioniq 5 produces 217 bhp and about 350 Newton meters of torque. Now this is sufficient for such a large car. And if you're in the mood for some fun, you could also always go sideways. The torque available on the Ioniq 5 is very interesting. Even in the eco mode and normal modes, you have enough pull to just overtake any car on the road. Both these cars get ADAS technology. Now the Hyundai Ioniq 5 sort of one-ups the XC40 Recharge because it gets 21 features of ADAS level 2, along with a front radar, a rear radar and a front camera. Now that is a neat peace of mind for anybody who's looking for an EV that's very safe on our Indian roads. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 features about 4 regenerative modes. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and then there's the I-pedal mode, which is basically the one pedal option of Hyundai. It's not as intuitive to drive as the XC40 Recharge. It also does not add a lot of regenerative braking and recharge into your batteries as compared to the XC40 Recharge, but then it does its job, and there's a very linear progress to the entire power that it makes and the regenerative braking that it produces. Thereby, there's no sudden jerks like you would find in a performance EV like the XC40 Recharge. The drive quality in the Ioniq 5 is more catered towards the ride comfort of things. That is a very Hyundai thing, and this is something that we appreciate in a very silent car like an EV. Braking performance on the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is sufficient, but the brakes are a bit mushy, and when you hit the brakes, you will feel the entire weight of this particular car. This is no match to the driving capabilities of the XC40 Recharge, where the weight balance is 49% up front and 51% at the rear. In an ideal world, I would want the Hyundai Ioniq 5 with the twin motors of the Volvo XC40 Recharge. But one can only imagine. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 is a great car with car design language that transcends what we have experienced on ICE cars. While the Volvo XC40 Recharge just tinkles just about everybody's enthusiast mind. Which one would you choose if you had to choose one? Both of these cars are great at their price offerings and brings just about everything that one would aspire from the EVs of today. Like, share, subscribe, and also vote down there as to which car would you choose if you had this particular price bracket.